Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the rise of Cornoe and this is the beautiful Cornoe harbor on the Cornoe border. This is where we started, and one thing that I want to start this episode on is just have a little bit of a look at happiness. Happiness is kind of slowly dropping down a bit and I don't want it to get out of hand. Government loyalty is reasonable. We may want to have a bit of a look at that, but let's start off with happiness. So if we do this, I've spotted in the previous episodes, we're kind of in the mid 80s. Someone's dropping off, but mid 80s, 90s is kind of where we're at. Over here, mid 80s, 90s, a little bit lower on the edges here. Actually, this one is dropping under 80 now. And if we go all the way over here, we can see again mid 80s, 90s over there. So there's definitely a bit of an issue over here with these guys dropping into the 60s. So let's have a bit of a look as a starting point. So with something like this, what are we saying? It seems to be meat most of all, right? Most of all, we seem to have lots and lots of people that's generally not getting access to meat. So if we have a bit of a look at our shops, I believe we have one over here out of meat completely. We don't have the ability to drop it off. I mean, to kind of, there's no stockpile of meat in this area. Let's have a look. We do also have another one over here, again, with no ability to stockpile. We kind of had this guy, and I'm kind of wondering, well, this guy wouldn't be able to stockpile meat anyway. So I guess what I'm thinking of is getting a couple of refrigerator trucks and then just parking them up, right? So running them between the border and back to ensure, because we've got the 2 slots in each one of them. I guess that's predominantly what we're after. So if we just run fixed lines to these 2 that parks up, that should be all good. So what I think we have, do we have refrigerator trucks available? Let's quickly pop on over this way. What is this guy doing? This guy is not quite old enough for a replacement just yet. But I guess it's in an area where is it? I mean, I know where it is, but where is it coming from? It's lesser fuel distribution. So if we go to lesser fuel distribution, which is over here somewhere. Right, over here somewhere is lesser fuel, lesser construction, lesser fuel distribution, all the way here in the middle of nowhere, right? We've got a number of vehicles here, and I think they're probably mainly around that 20-year mark. So they're all equally old, right? Now, what is a bit of an issue, I guess, is we do have a vehicle repair station here, which is saying nothing to repair, and that area should be within range. So I'm not too sure why we're seeing maintenance issues, right? So if I look at this guy, wear and tear, maybe it's just it's due for a replacement and we're waiting on some trucks, right? So let's have a look. Oh yeah, they're coming in. We don't have any refrigerator trucks. They're coming, but I'm not going to necessarily mess around with that just yet. This guy, shall I just dock you for a minute? Let's dock you for a minute so that we can get the guys to fix it up. Okay, now here we should have something here. Yeah, absolutely. So here we've got a vehicle depot. I'm going to buy 2 refrigerator trucks. We'll buy the same ones that we generally use, so it's easy to kind of replace and things like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, pop over here to the corner border, wait until loaded, load up on meat, please, and then make your way over here, wait until unloaded, and that's it. Make a start. So that's the one. So it'll pop in here. It'll park there. There's still another slot available, which means that this is a viable option. And we'll have like 8 tons of meat ready to go. And when it drops down to 1, it'll come back and get some more, right? And so that, I guess, is exactly what we'll do in this location here, where we don't really have room to back it up, right? I mean, to stockpile meat. We don't have the stockpile capabilities. So that should help us out a little bit. What is this guy doing? This guy is doing the same thing, but here, unfortunately, we do not have the ability to park someone up like at this one over here. So I guess that one will be without meat, and potentially we'll have some meat shortages in this area. What is this? This is another shopping center, also with two. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll grab meat for this one also. So we'll get that because the other stuff is we are able to stockpile the other stuff here. So I guess just and one more, and we'll do and yet another meat truck there. And I think overall that should be fairly sufficient to kind of deal with this area and their meat shortages. So let's grab that one. It's a pretty easy and cost-effective way of dealing with our issue without going into major overhauls. Yeah. So go over there, wait until you're loaded, pop in over here, but make a stop there, and just wait until you're unloaded and make a start. So there we go. So now we've got multiple trucks running to try and sort out this issue. So we'll leave that in place for a little while and come back a little bit later. Again, all of these guys, the big issue here is me. Okay, so that's the issue on this side of the spectrum. While we're here, let's quickly have a look at government loyalty. For some reason, we don't know what government loyalty is. So what's the story? We should have secret police here somewhere, right? Where is my secret police station? I'm sure we have secret police here. We have to. We've got multiple police stations, but maybe not secret police. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So if we're looking for specific buildings, I'm after secret police. Secret police. Right? We don't have secret police? Secret police. We don't have secret police over there? That's crazy. We do have them over here, but maybe they're not quite covering this area. Okay, well let's sort that out. If we grab secret police, we build a secret police station over here, no problems. Crime and justice, police station, courthouse, prison, secret police. I guess fairly small secret police station in this area would be a-okay. And something like this. We just want to make sure it is connected to water and sewer and power. Can't go down here because we've got a bit of a so we've got a bit of a ridge. Ooh. We could do a small secret police station down at the bottom here. Might not be the end of the world if we have something really small. That could work. I'm talking tiny. I think that is about the smallest one we have. 4 cars seems to be smaller, but it's still pretty sizable. But it seems they're okay to allow it to go in here, but it's still pretty sizable. So I guess let's find a spot. I think maybe somewhere over here would be a reasonable spot for secret police. And they should be able to cover off the rest of everything. There's lots of room. Okay, let's just grab it. So if we say secret police right over here, it's got all of the kind of general services that it needs. The only issue is it's a bit on a ridge. If we grab it and put it in over here somewhere, it has everything it needs over here, and we should be able to get a reasonable workforce here. Okay, so let's just okay, so we can quite comfortably get rid of this road because we don't need it anymore. So let's do that. And what we'll do is we'll do there. I don't want to get rid of one of our existing roads. We'll clear this out. We'll need to reconnect it. But okay, so first things first, let's get our secret police in. They should be able to get some stuff going on this side as well. Okay, well that's fine. We should be able to make it work over here. So let's grab that secret police station over there. And I was thinking, is it this one? No, this one seems to be too large. If we go that one, this seems a little bit more reasonable. We may be able to squeeze it in. Let's flip it around a little bit and see if we rotate it like this. Yeah. I guess that is workable. And it will have everything it needs? Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's go with secret police over there. Okay, that's fine. I might actually just pay for this so that we don't end up hanging out over here. That won't take too long to build that, but I'd rather get our secret police force up and running. What we'll do is we will extend some of our pathways to make its way over here. Kind of tempted to do that side in there. Pay for that, so we'll get some activity on this side. Oh, this is the other one. So we don't really have a reasonable other tie-in point over here unless we can't tie in over there. So let's just have a quick look in terms of what we have, and are we getting any workers here? So that could be the thing. Check if we get workers. So it is actually going to both of those. So we don't need anything else. We're getting water, we're getting sewage, we're getting heating, and it is powered. So we're just basically missing vehicles. So let's get some fancy black vehicles over here. We'll grab, I guess we'll grab these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess here we're seeing our very first officers joining. We will give them a little bit of a loyalty buff there, and they should now be spinning out to go and do their stuff here. Got some people just kind of generally walking around this way. So what I'll also do, while we're at it, I might, yeah, there they go. There they go. So hopefully we'll have slightly better situational awareness of some of these things. I'm going to trim that one out. Yeah, we don't need those roads anymore. So that's okay. And what we'll do is we'll extend this this pathway that we've been kind of planning. It's kind of generally just hanging out here. We'll extend it all the way. Well, we'll extend it all the way over here. I'm going to go ahead, pay for that. Okay, and then the idea, of course, is that in a number of locations, we'll just do a bit of a crossing, pay for that, and yeah, I'm not too sure. Well, what we'll do is we'll do a crossing over there. We'll do something like this, and then yeah, that should be pretty reasonable. I'm kind of wondering if we go about tying it through there. I think we can. If we do that, do this over here, we should be able to get pretty reasonable stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll just basically just tie that one in, pay for that, so at least we can get some maintenance going over there. Now, what I thought might be quite cool in this area is I'll grab a little bit of a statue, Lenin. It's a pretty big boy there, but I think we'll go nuts and do that. And we should let's pay for this one, and we'll get the local construction crews to go and work on that. But for now, this should help us a fair bit in terms of understanding our government loyalty in this area a little bit more. So if we go back, have a bit of another look, now we should slowly start to see some level of government loyalty information starting to trickle in. Now they'll slowly, I think, work their way out and get a little bit more info. I'm not sure they're going to reach all the way to the end, but whether we need to reach all the way to the end might be okay. So is anybody deciding to build this? They are. So we should see this being constructed fairly quickly. No problems with that. I guess that gives us pretty reasonable connectivity over here. And if we look at where people can actually come from to work here, it's actually a fair distance away, right? They've got at least 2 over here, and at least 2, 3, 3, 3. 2 and 2. Oh no, 1 on this side, and then 2, 3 buildings where they can come from on that side. So I think that's obviously okay, because we're getting a full enough complement of workers in this area. So that's good. Now, did we want to try and squeeze a few more things in here? So if we have a look at government loyalty at 75%, everybody seems is getting a lot happier. Let's quickly go back, have a look at happiness, because it should start rising. Now we're still kind of in the we're starting to see way more 70s over here. And the lack of meat is definitely not a big thing anymore. We've got these trucks parked up bringing meat into these areas. So people should have a lot better access to meat. Let's get a few more. Let's pop a few more. Just a few more of these little things in here. So I want to try and do a little bit of variation with regards to these things. So we can get some towers. If we were to do something like this right now, it's just a little bit not right. I'm not a big fan of that. But I do want a little bit of variation in terms of some of these statues, right? So we'll get, where were we? I guess something like that could be okay. Let's get another one somewhere on this side. There are a few things over here. I want to make sure we're picking up at least reasonable. Get another one over there. Okay. So those two. Grab one there. Pay for that so that the construction crews can start building it straight away. Go in there. Come on. And pay for that so the construction crew can start building the rest of it. I guess there's really no point in this, so I'll just demolish that. And what that means is we could maybe squeeze something else in here, but maybe I'm not going to fill that gap with a statue. We need probably some statues over here. I don't think we're properly doing that. Let's grab another kind of statue in one of these areas. That's a pretty nice one in terms of its range. That's not bad. Some of these are just too big, though. Anything here? Ooh, look at that. That seems a little bit overbearing. Stalin. And Lenin. But this is to be huge. Yeah, that's huge. That's why it's giving you that range. So let's not do that. Come on. Let's not do that. What is this? Does this give us any influence? It gives us a little bit. And I guess kiosks we can just put everywhere, right? Let's do this one here. So what I'll do is let's just squeeze in some kiosks everywhere. I guess the idea with the kiosks is that that's like a news kiosk. They distribute newspapers and things. And we can really slot them in a number of locations. So let's do one here, one there. Okay. I guess lots and lots of little kiosks that we can place all over the show. Got a few more. Do one or two of them down here. Hopefully that does the trick. Do something like that. Get a few of them kind of in this area. Even do a little kiosk up here. Excellent. Didn't even lose a tree there. Okay, so there's a few kiosks as well. I will go ahead and just tie them in with some of these. We need to find... Yeah, go. Pay for the little slithers of information for this. Here. That one. That one is okay. I do wonder if they all will get constructed. Whether some of them are potentially out of range. They shouldn't really be out of auto-construct range, but I guess it's possible. That one. Yeah, so I'm hoping all of these little bits and pieces is enough to just kind of trickle it up a little bit more, because at the moment it just feels it can be a little bit better. Okay. So that should all do the trick. What I will do is I will also go ahead and pay for that one. Yeah, there's plenty of construction officers able to jump in and do some stuff. So I guess that will help this area a little bit. So happiness, yes, it's creeping up. We're definitely starting to see more 70s. We're even getting a 90 or 2 here. Good. Now let's have a look at saturation. Yeah, people seem to have food. Government loyalty is now being measured across the board, and we're in a reasonable position over here. I think we might need at least one more fairly sizable statue over here, something like one of these guys that has quite a range on it. Yeah, we can certainly squeeze it in over there. So let's do that. I will go ahead and pay for this one. and so that we get a little bit more government loyalty going on in this area. Okay, so I've been probably kind of neglecting it just a tad over here, but I guess overall we should be seeing much more reasonable things happening on this side, and people's happiness is definitely coming up. We're already 2% happier than we used to be. Now we still have some vehicles that needs to be replaced. If we head on over here, right? So here we're also definitely seeing some happiness concerns. If we look at this guy, what is it saying? Reconstruction in progress. Well, let's pay for that, and it shouldn't be a big deal. We might be struggling a little bit with construction over here, but anyway, let's have a look. So whose issues? What issues do we have? Is this because it doesn't? These things is not stuff we're really worried about. So the pub and the tavern, yes, it does. One citizen can get food. So this is all good, right? Are we still seeing remnants of? Okay, let's dig into this a little bit more. If we grab one of these people, right? 64 happiness. So what is not being met? Clothing. I mean, past days demands unsatisfied is only drinking alcohol. So, generally speaking, this person should be reasonably happy, right? Getting everything it needs apart from the alcohol, but everything else is good. It's got this person who's Sukina Lenora, and I believe. I don't know. But anyway, this person is getting everything they need, apart from alcohol and religion, and pretty loyal. So I don't understand why the happiness itself is not quite getting there, right? Demands not met is only the alcohol one, which we're comfortable with. And we're never going to get to 100% in that way. So I guess the only real thing here, potentially the quality of the flats dragging us down a little bit. On this side, quality of flats, well, I don't know. So are we... I don't know if we're really... Okay, what's government loyalty looking like over here? I mean, it's reasonable. 80% government loyalty is not to be scoffed at. So I guess we're in good shape here. We could expand. Do we need more people? I don't think we need more people over here just yet, because it will obviously put a further burden on us. Where is our shopping centers? Let's quickly double check everybody's getting what they want. We've got meat. We've got everything because we've got the extra stockpiles ready to go. So they should get everything they want as long as everybody, let's add a few more workers to the mix just in case. That's the problem when you start a new city. You kind of have your workers a little bit more on the down low, and then you end up with it not being maxed out. But anyway, everybody should be getting everything they need in this area. So generally speaking, I'm not too sure why happiness is not great. So let's just click a few buildings and see. Pub and spirituality, and a few without a job. Pub and spirituality. Pub and spirituality. Pub and spirituality. A little bit of a one person with a culture thing here. Pub and spirituality. One with a food issue over here. But broadly speaking, this should be fine. Okay, now let's pop in over this way. I think here we're in reasonably good position. If we look at this, yeah, I mean, a little bits and pieces. So why are these people so happy then? I don't know. They've got the same issues as on the other side. I guess that side may still be recovering from some of the water issues we had a couple of episodes ago over there. So I guess that might be it. Here, we're super happy. Look at how happy these people are. And I mean, there's nothing funny about it apart from the quality of the flat. So going forward, we'll definitely be focused on improving flat quality because we can't seem to get it above these numbers. So what's the difference here? Workers can't work because kindergarten, so we may want to build another kindergarten in this area. There is one here, and there is Rue. So I don't know why we're struggling with that. And then what's the difference with this? So same issues, but some people are saying, unless they just don't have that alcohol addiction over here. So this person, okay, so this person is saying, no, don't worry about it. So I guess we still have a little bit of an alcohol addiction going on over here, which means people have moved in from over here because here they do have access to alcohol, right? So what is this number? So alcohol addiction over here is, whoa, look at that. Oh, this is tourists. So alcohol addiction is 1%, 2%, 3% all the way over here. Because I guess they have access to alcohol in this area. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, if we come in over here, alcohol addiction here is 0. So we've got 0. I mean, a lot of these buildings aren't even flagging the number, which I find quite weird. And then if we go over here, I mean, a lot of these buildings aren't flagging the number either. So I don't know why that's a thing. It's a little awkward. So alcohol addiction over here is not an issue. So if we go happiness here, again, 80s, high 80s, 90s, we really don't have to worry about that. So I guess that is a bit of a blurb on the happiness. We've had a bit of a look, and I think what we'll see is a slow improvement in this area. You can already see it. We've got very few still in the 70s. So what's going on over here? This is the reconstruction, and it's underway. It'll finish. It'll finish soon. So slowly, happiness is coming up over here. Okay, perfect. So I guess that's it for the review of happiness. Okay. Money. It's cost us a bit of money, but anyway, let's start moving on to what we've got here. So this is built. That's all built. I guess these are under construction by the rail office. Do we have anything here to split this in half? Basically, I guess what we're gonna do is let's do a few things here quickly. So let's merge these together, and then we'll use that spot there for a couple of signals, like that and that, right? Just to split them up, and then because this guy will finish and go on there, and so we can make a start on the construction over here. Yes, is there a thing we can merge together here? Let's try that. Yeah, let's merge that together, and we'll get the. Oh, here's another one over here. Grab that and grab this. I don't always spot them. Anyway, there we go. So that should do the trick. So let's get our trains in here to come and do that piece, and then we need to start planning that out a little bit. Lots of vehicles ready to go. There's 3 things happening. Interesting. Don't know what all those 3 things are, but please make a start on these 2 items for us. You should be able to get there. And all of these are up and running. And do we have a fire station nearby that's actually going to work? I don't know. Okay, so a few things. So let's have a bit of a look. What I want to do is do a quick layout on maybe on this side. I did want to play around with that. And I mean, I guess that's reasonable, right? So let's have a look at this again. So we need to kind of level that, and then let's just do a little stretch of it like so, right? We're gonna try it. I hope we. So that's that one. We'll pull this one in over here a little bit. Can we make this any smaller? Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty straight. So let's. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We may want to push this side up a little bit. Okay, so push it in like that a bit, and we'll see. Maybe this is the extent of the promenade, because I'm not necessarily great at this. Okay, so let's see. It was these guys, right? Okay, so that's a ladder of some sorts, a promenade. Yeah. And unfortunately, they don't quite snap to each other. That's the unfortunate part of it. So I don't necessarily need all of them to kind of be ladders, right? So that's the 10-meter section, and we've got a 50-meter section. So that's kind of what I'm after here. So in order for us to make this straight, we need to kind of bring it in a little bit more on this side. Let's do this. I'm gonna go and push it in like so. Okay, so at least let's see if that kind of does the trick. I'm not sure it will. Popping back in here and looking at that. Looks to be reasonable. If we do that, right, what does this look like? Does that look? I mean, it doesn't quite look like it's tied together there, right? Doesn't quite look the part. And now we've got to do stuff like this, right, where we're saying, well, let's turn it a bit. I mean, it's pretty cool. Okay, so if we look at that, right, this is by no means refined in that it's doing these little steps here, which I'm not a big fan of. But I guess in the overall scheme of things, that's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm just going to do a little stretch more of it, just for a little bit of interest, right? We just want things to look a tad bit more interesting. So we'll give it a little bit more like this. We might actually give it a nice straight segment here. And similarly, we want to be pushing that in over there, right? Okay. That's kind of the idea. We'll go again and get another long straight section. The 50-meter straight section. And the plan is we need to tie it in like so. Okay, and now probably we need a bit of a straight section with a ladder or of sorts. We need this guy. What is that one on the end there? An end section. We'll have a look at an end section. What is this? I don't know. That's not quite. Oh, I guess it's an in-between ladder. So we don't want that. We'll go with ladder for 2 promenades. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so this is kind of the extent of my my. Ooh, that actually looks pretty seamless. I do wonder if you should just be overlapping them a little bit. Anyway, it's about as good as we're gonna get it there, I think. Let's do a bit more straight section here, and we'll close it off. We'll close it off. I think that's basically it. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. So let's do that. We're creating a nice little urban environment here. So let's push this in a tad more. And I think we could almost do it just like that. We don't even need that middle section. So let's have a quick look. If we now say, give me back another one of these big 50-meter segments, and we'll, yeah, I guess that's what it was. You just need a level over there, approximately the range, and then you've got it. And then you've got it. I mean, this is looking much better. We've definitely learned a bit going around this corner. Should we extend to there? I kind of think we should. Let's give it another, well, what I'm thinking is we need to continue to extend this level, right? So something like that. So we'll do another 50, and then we'll push it out to here, say. Okay, something like that. I think that's okay. So one more 50. I guess I'm getting the hang of it now. We'll do that one. I think that's okay. We'll turn in the other direction. Turn outwards. They do that. Yeah, so really... Okay. In order to make this work, we'll need to push it in just a little bit. Yeah, so something like that should be okay. Go back, try it again. I mean, I guess a little bit of an overlap is what you're aiming for here, right? And we'll do just like that. Okay, beautiful. I like it. I like it. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean that's a little wonky, but but we'll live with it. Now let's get another little staircase down here. Okay, now we see we have a little bit of an issue here. So if we were to just need to level it out just a little bit. It can't be that acute through there, and then we'll push back here again. Now, echo beautiful. So now let's just get some straight sections in here again. We're going for the stair section again. Yeah, beautiful. Like that. Give me another couple of these long straight segments. Oh yeah, that's working. That's working a charm. Let's push back over there a bit. Interesting. So it's not you don't often see this kind of thing from me, but we'll get it to a nice little end here in this kind of bay here. We'll have a look at what that end segment looks like as well. Excellent, and that's a nice little promenade then. Well, like I said, a little bit wonky in a location or two. I guess, tying it in like that is about right. Now, end segment, just wanted to have a look at what that looks like. So now here we have an end segment. Okay, and it's ending to the other side. Do we? Oh, yeah, we can flip it around. Now, I'm thinking, I want to try and be fancy over here. Let's push this out all the way there, and what we'll do is we'll level a little bit over here. Okay, so something like that, and we'll push that in. Okay, let's look at this. So if I now go, let's grab a couple of more. I guess we need a short segment or two. Got a couple of short segments that we can use here. Oh, autosave. Come on. Oh, we don't have, oh, but the end segment has a stair, I believe. Oh, it doesn't. Gee. Do we have a small stair segment? We do. But there's an issue. There is an issue. Can we, okay, hang on. You know what I'm going to do here? Let's demolish that. Thank you. And we'll go with the small stair segment first. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Small stair segment. Now, I need to try and get this to look reasonable. If we did this, right? But I want to, come on, push it in. So the issue is here. I want this level to be expanded in there, like so, right? But then I want to really do this, right? I want to do that, and we grab a little bit like this. So now I want to try this, right, and see, can we do the end segment, right? And flip it around. I want to, I want it to, anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to end it right there. And that'll be the end segment. That's kind of looking like, yeah, that's where it's kind of ending. It's a little bit wonky in a few locations. Do we have the end segment on the other side? No, we do not. So I'm guessing here what we'll do is let's continue it a little bit up to here and do the end segment there. So we'll kind of just give it a turn and then we'll end it. And I guess that gives us a few different locations where we can get onto it. And that'll be our promenade, right? So there's a little bit of interesting stuff in here. Yeah, so that should be okay. So we'll do that. So grab me a couple of these bends. I guess this bend is what we're after. You're a bit too high, are you? Okay, so what we're after then is that level. Generate that level. Yeah, I think that's about right. Try that again. Yeah, slowly getting. Oh, we're not quite. Man, stop with the. It's too regular. But again, we still do experience the. We still do experience the odd crash. So I don't want to necessarily take away the autosaves, but they are a little bit annoying as they are so regular at the moment. Yeah, there we go. Not quite, actually. It's a little high here. So this is where it's a little tedious, right? So you don't have to play the game like this, of course. But obviously we're trying to get ourselves a little bit of interest in here. I guess something like that is probably a little bit better. We may not be able to fix this due to this guy being... Oh, no. It should be pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's a little wonky there. And I guess an end segment to... Now let's get another short segment and then an end segment. Another short segment. And then an end segment. Well, guys, there you go. We've got ourselves a promenade. Okay, so now with the promenade in place, it's a little wonky over here, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it, actually. We can do some nice bits and pieces there. So that's our promenade. We've got that going. I'm thinking we need to just level things out a little bit. So if we just go the terrain smoothing kind of for the rest of this, so it's a very kind of gradual situation there. I think that's all good. Yeah, that's fine. Bit of terrain smoothing over there. And what we can do is we can now kind of do a bit of a city block kind of situation here. So I'm thinking we go and probably will need to do something like down there. But let's try it. Oh yeah, I like this. You know what? We shouldn't do that. We should maybe just set it back a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. We'll set it back. We'll okay, let's do this. Like that, and we'll do like this, and then we'll slowly get it to go up there. Here we will turn it like this. We'll turn it like that. Excellent. And what we'll do here is we'll maybe is that a bit too aggressive? We'll do this, and we'll go out that way. So that's kind of the alignment of what our city blocks in this area will look like. I'm guessing we'll do at least something like this. So if we do that, at least that's kind of a bit of a grid for us to work with, and it is slightly more interesting, right? And then what we can do is we can effectively run our larger block like that, which is reasonably parallel, right? I like it. Reasonably parallel. We'll what I'll do is let's just get rid of these two, and then we'll just do them again, but probably from the other side so we can hit them. Yeah, there we go. One there, and one here. Yes, that's good. That's really good. So that's kind of our block layout over here. I will start the construction on those. And but what we'll need to do is look at how we tie these together. So what I'll do here is I'll quickly get rid of this guy. And I guess what we need is to tie this one in like so. I guess that's about right to get us down here. And what we can do is we can do another bit of a block in here, and we can try and, yeah, it's a pretty large area, actually. Now, the other thing that I'm thinking is if let's clear out this path. Ooh, hmm. We'll have to have a bit of a look at what we do with that. But anyway, the idea here is we'll give it a turn like this. We'll give it a turn back that way. I think we'll run kind of parallel like this and turn back here. And I guess we'll give ourselves a little bit of an intersection right in the middle. We'll need an intersection. So probably something like this is a reasonable spot for some level of intersection. Now the question is, yeah, I guess just the one here. If we do one little intersection here, it shouldn't be a big deal. I hope we can get a little straighter. If we say we're not snapping, right? Can we get it? Anyway, that's the one. That's the one that's going to be for us. And what we'll do is we'll give ourselves a little bit of room. Give us a little bit more room, like that. We'll get this to tie in over there. We will be looking at an access point somewhere over here. And I'm guessing if we do this, we could tie it in. Let's do this and make them a little bit more aggressive. Like that. And now, I guess what we need to do is let's bring this guy nice and close. And then do that so it's at least a little bit balanced over there. Okay, so that's what we'll do there. We'll get the crews to start working on some of these roads because ultimately we need the roads to be able to do some more. I'm thinking here we'll hug the contour. So give ourselves that as an internal loop with like 3 access points. We could consider adding this access point, but I guess that is our road network for this area. It gives us a nice large area to lay out a few more blocks. What we obviously don't have, and what I think we may have to consider, is internal public transport. So do we do one of these guys? Actually, we should end the episode, but do we do a trolley bus? Or do we do an internal tram? Do we do something like this? A tram rail, no, just a road with tram tracks, or just a tram stop, and then we'll do a bit of a tram stop over here, and we'll have an internal tram. But I think a trolley bus running this loop could be really cool. It's I just want to if we think about it, right? Because we don't have to build it yet. We can still work on it. So I'm just thinking, if we do a trolley bus stop, right? Bus station, bus stop. They're all like bus, right? So what is this bus station large? Could we trolley it? I don't know, right? What is a trolley bus? Oh, here we go. Tram stop large. Bus stop small, bus stop large. What? that's definitely not right. Bus station. If we just go the internal ones, right? So if I did this one, I guess this one does have the trolley system. So, but I'd rather get something a little bit larger. So something like that, or even something like this. And I think if we do it over here, right, as a bit of a bus stop, what we can do is we can, well, let's run. Let's run. Sorry, I'm gonna end it now. If we run that, right, and we did this, and we said go for it, and now what we said is actually what we'll do is we'll upgrade that one and upgrade this one. Is I just wanna let's build. Is this? That's pretty pricey. Have some money. I want to fund this quickly. I just want to see if that will, and I'll fund that little segment there as well, because it'll have the cables. I just want to see if the cables tie in here, because then I think trolley buses is something that we might run in this area. It's something that I've never really ran before, but it's something we'll do. And I guess the answer to that question is no. So what can... Building cannot be reached. Factory building. There's no... Yeah, fine. Interesting. Okay, we'll figure that out in the next episode. Guys, I'm going to end this episode here. We've not done a lot, but I guess we've started planning this out. We'll plan out this side, and there'll be a lot of expansion that needs to come in. Hopefully our tracks are under construction. Yeah, tracks are under construction. We'll, I think, slowly start to finish off these tracks, even if we have to start paying for them. But I guess this is our new town area here. Sasselgrad Canal. Are we... Got some power issues, which I'm hoping is very, very temporary. There's no power issues there. There's no power issues here. Do we... Really? Are we losing power due to just a few less workers than we should potentially have? Maybe that's it. But they're not moving, are they? They're definitely not moving. See, our trains are not moving, and that's a big issue. Okay, anyway, I'm leaving it there. We'll continue in the next episode. I'm going to pay for more stuff so that we move things along a little bit quicker. But we'll also try and make our builds a little bit more interesting. Something like this. There's still a lot for us to do. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!